Blame Truth here, and what a week it has been. This is going to be a video that is going to have a lot to unpack, so stick with me. I'm going to timestamp everything. I am not a TikToker. I don't do short form content. I say what I want to say. I'm long-winded. You can skip around via timestamps if that's more your fancy, but I got a lot I want to get off my chest in this video. But first and foremost, I want to say I picked up Helldivers 2. Reading the comments in my last video, I'm not even saying this as an exaggeration. It was the most enjoyable experience I have ever had on YouTube because for once, everyone was finally on the same page. I gotta say, the Helldivers 2 community, you guys are great, seriously. If you found your way to my videos by chance, thank you for just, I don't know, spitballing with me and watching my stuff. It's been a blast. I picked up the game maybe a little too early. I have not played it yet. This is my buddy Seffi's gameplay here, one of my gameplay guys. I picked up Helldivers 2 maybe a bit too soon though, because we have some more injustices going on, and I don't even know how to start this one. This one is something that I need to cover, regardless if it gets me flack, regardless if the video does well, because it's only fair, and we're gonna cover it right now. Spitz, you know, when I first covered what he said, his kind of emotional response to stuff, I was not too happy with him. Then he walked back what he was saying and he said, you know what? Review bomb Helldivers 2, get your point across. He also admitted that he was wrong and he had like an emotional response. It was a very human thing to do, very respectable, and for what it's worth, after that moment, I have been on his side. Unfortunately, today is a dark day for Spitz because he got canned. He said, I appreciate all the support and I appreciate even more that everyone can play the game again without restrictions. I knew I was taking a risk with what I said about refunding and changing reviews. I stand by it. It was my job to represent the community. That's what I did. Taking the rest of the day off, not feeling super well, love you all. I'm going to say this right now. Justice for Spitz right now. I know you guys made a big stink about Helldivers 2, but I really wish we could get that same energy for Spitz here because this man is essentially a martyr, and I respect the hell out of him for what it's worth. I have been doing this for so long. I have seen so many community managers come and go. I've seen some that don't talk to us at all. Very mime-like, you might say. Spitz is not one of those. I think he's one of the good guys, and I truly am saddened that he lost his position as a CM for Helldivers 2. I don't think it's right, truthfully. I don't think it's right. In fact, I'm contemplating playing Helldivers 2 again. I bought the game. I could still refund it. I have not really booted it up yet. I haven't had time. But I don't know. Can we start a hashtag, Justice for Spitz or something, and put it on X, Twitter, what have you? It's just not right, man. I hope that they can come around and kind of rehire the guy because he put his neck on the line for us, the gamer, and I think that is to be commended in all seriousness. And all this comes after the CM controversy, which I haven't even really covered on the channel yet. But Grum says the Helldivers community team is the worst I've seen in gaming. They are also extremely political, woke, and hate gamers. Let's take a look at the lead first, Baskinator. I've written about Baskinator before, and since then she both removed the flags in her bio, but has since replaced them as if we wouldn't notice. She is a DEI advocate and appears to hate men, gamers, and white people. Very, very charming indeed. Now, please don't harass anyone based on this. I thought about censoring the name out, but it's already all over Twitter, so there's really no point. But I really do think we should start a hashtag on Twitter or something, Justice for Spitz. I'm going to put that on my personal Twitter, which I never promote it. If you guys want to follow that, that's in the video description. I don't really care about social media unless it's YouTube, because YouTube pays the bills. So I mainly focus on this. The other stuff is just fluff. But if you want to follow me on there, it's in the description. It's not Blame Truth, and I don't know. I'm just gonna post it. It might take off, it might not. Maybe no one gets on board, but I have to at least try for the guy because he's not dissimilar to me, man. I'm up here talking about how bullshit modern gaming is, how bullshit Call of Duty is, and a lot of people that are fans of Call of Duty or the games I'm shitting on will come at me like I have insulted their family. I've actually tried to reason why that is. Like, why are people so upset when I call out something that's clearly wrong? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to get a better product. I'm calling this stuff out. I'm even on the dev side a lot of the time saying, like, they're overworked, they're underpaid, Give them time to breathe. And there are people that just hate my guts. I may as well be like a supervillain in a Marvel movie or something just for pointing out things that are effectively harming devs, harming players. It's bad for the industry as a whole. A niche audience will come at me. And I've realized that it's because this is all they've got. This is all certain people have. When you have nothing in your life but like a bad video game and you've poured a lot of time into it, you're going to defend that. It's like an ego thing at that point. If I spend 100 hours a week playing Call of Duty and then someone's insulting that, they're insulting my life, essentially. Am I wrong there? Is my psychology off? I don't know, but that's what I personally think. And I get it. Gaming's a big part of my life. I want to defend it. I don't want to see it turn to shit. The difference is I'm looking for positive change with my negativity. They're looking to just, I don't know. I have never seen the fanboy community like in this much of an uproar before, and I have been on YouTube and been doing gaming videos in some capacity since 2007, 2008. It's just the worst it's ever been, and it's because people are just, they just don't really have a lot to do. I've talked about this before, but like gaming for me has always been an escape from real world issues. But now, with a lot of companies kind of tricking people and putting these real world issues into their games and hiring these people, that are a part of the problem in the first place with the real world issues, we have a bit of a catch-22 situation going on. And what I mean by that is we have real world stuff going into video games, and then some people make the video games their entire life. And that's where we're at right now. So that, I hope Spitz gets his job back. And I think you guys should do the right thing and hop on board with that, because this guy, again, he's not dissimilar to me. Calling out companies. This is why I've probably never worked at a fucking video game company, despite my good ideas, despite my passion, is I don't stand for injustices. I just do not. That's the one thing that has never and will never change about me. I do not like injustices in any form. And when someone else is not talking about it, when it's a silent problem, I will speak up, regardless of the enemies it may make. That's just who I am as a person. And I love video games. I love the video game industry, or I did. You attack the things I love. I don't believe in an eye for an eye. I believe in 2 eyes for an eye. You'll be walking around like Ray Charles when I'm done with you. Just I don't know, man. I can't let this happen. I can't let this keep going on. Let's continue, though. There are things worse than this happening currently, and I need to cover all of it. Jeff Cayley says, Xbox today announced internally it is closing 4 Bethesda studios 3 years after acquiring the company. Arcane Austin, Tango Gameworks, creators of TGA Winter, Hi-Fi Rush, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse. On top of that, there's some more drama after the fact. Video games are an entertainment cultural industry, and your business as a corporation is to take care of your artists/entertainers and help them create value for you. Arcane Studios dev goes off on video game executives following 4 studio closures by Xbox. As you should. Actman had this to say. Within 2 weeks, Escape from Tarkov ruined the brand it built over 7 years. Sony almost ruined Helldivers 2, and Xbox is discarding the studios they bought. Can't ever recall when the game industry was in a more dire position, even during the height of the loot box craze. Sad shit. And there are people out there that want me to just sit down and take it. Fuck you. You're a pussy. I will never silence myself. In fact, just being here, doing my thing, if that makes certain people uncomfortable, if they don't like that, if they don't like me, that makes me just want to make more videos because I love making your life miserable. This is not something I stand for in any form. And I said this a year ago. I've been saying it longer than this, but a year ago, almost to the date, Activision did this. Today, a team member received a cease and desist letter on behalf of Activision Publishing in relation to the SM2 project. We are complying with this order and shutting down all operations permanently. Thank you all for your support over the past 2 years. If you guys don't know what that is, SM2 was a fan-made Call of Duty project, stitching together the best parts of prior Call of Duty games from the past, putting them in a free-to-play package and releasing it for public consumption with no profit, no profit, no profit, Activision still shut them down because in some way it's going to hurt their bottom line. Instead of just hiring these people, instead of, I don't know, making a better game, instead of, I don't know, having these people make an unlicensed Call of Duty for them and even splitting some of the profits if they wanted to charge for it, they shut it down entirely because they're fucking assholes. And I said this a year ago. I don't want to see this spread throughout the gaming industry as a whole. And although those videos I made on the subject matter got a lot of, people talking, it's like everything is so quickly forgotten. There is so much content coming out. There are so many videos coming out. There are so many things coming out that will distract you or grab your attention. A lot of you are probably focused on the Kendrick Drake controversy and the beef right now, which it's entertaining. I get it. But we cannot forget the stuff that happened in the past in relation to these corporations, or they will simply repeat it down the line and we will be spinning our wheels. I was so proud of the Helldivers 2 community for coming together and saving the game for the PC community. I think it's time again we put our foot down. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot be nice about this. Like, I can't sit here and be nice anymore. I simply cannot. I have been rather tumultuous and rather harsh on devs in the past, specifically Call of Duty devs. But a lot of devs, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre devs, if you guys follow that game at all, have been very, very shitty to us. I think there are some bad apples, and I think one bad apple spoils the bunch in a lot of instances. But regardless of that, I'm not really going to be against the devs anymore in any capacity. I think the devs, modern day game devs, are overworked, underpaid, and not valued. And I don't know, they live in fear that they could lose their job at any moment. This has to stop. This cannot continue, man. I am officially on the dev side, even the ones that work on crappy Call of Duty at this stage, man. Maybe not Infinity Ward, though. Yeah, maybe not them. I don't know. I'll sleep on that when I come back to it. But the rest of the devs, in any game, you deserve better treatment than this. Gamers, you deserve better treatment than this. A guy like Spitz, who went against the status quo, deserves better treatment than this. I'm not up here yelling in this microphone for no reason. This is people's livelihood. And I'll be the first to admit I was kind of wrong. Xbox laid off a bunch of people in the Call of Duty landscape and other studios as well that they own. And this was at the start of the year, and I'm like, okay, good. Maybe they're just trimming the fat, whatever. This could be good. Now, I'll say this. I was wrong. I don't think it's good, personally. I think that they shouldn't have hired you in the first place if this was their intent. And, I don't know. It's not a good industry for anyone right now. It's not good for gamers. It's not good for devs. The corporations have proven that if we fight back, they are gonna do what we say. You might think they're like this all-powerful entity, Sony, Microsoft, what have you. Without us buying their products, they are nothing. I'm not trying to lead some vigilante consumer brigade here yet, but I am saying that we actually have the power. And guys, I don't know. I don't want to see gaming go down the shitter, but it's headed that direction. It's clear as day. If you guys don't like what I'm saying, fine. Keep hating on me, what have you. But in 5 to 10 years, when the next game you purchase is $120, it's stripped of all the content that you got for free in previous years, and these servers are held together by some plumber's tape and chewed bubblegum, Roddy Piper edition, you'll see what I'm saying has been right. You give them an inch, they will take a mile. You are nothing more than a number to them. And I have another video planned. I've got a lot of videos planned in the pipeline, but I wanted to cover this first because I feel like it's more pressing. A man lost his job that stood up for us, the gamer, and I just want to keep reiterating that it's not right. Truthfully, I'm on the fence about playing Helldivers 2 just out of principle because, again, this guy put his neck on the line for us. And I think we owe it to him to kind of fight for him the same way we fought for the game. But, hey, again, I'm going to say hashtag justice for Spitz. And it might catch on, it might not. But, guys, I'm going to be tweeting about it. And I'll put it in this video as well. I'll put the hashtag in this video as well if creators want to make videos on it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. And leave your thoughts below. Peace out.
Do some parting advice?